do it again.
Hi, everybody!
Okay. So we're checking back in on the Giant ATX 770 touring bike build project. Basically, the way it works is the bike is completely built up, and I've had it out on the road a couple times just for like a mile or two, just up and down basically the block, just to make sure that the shifting works okay, everything seems roadworthy. I haven't had it out on any distance rides yet, so I don't have it really proofed, but we're going to do a couple last sort of finishing touches. This is kind of like a finishing touches video. We'll add bottle cages. Here's what we're going to do. By the way, I have my helper, Abigail, here helping us out today, who's totally normal, but she's going to help us do these finishing touches. And the finishing touches, calm down, please.
Okay.
Come over here, stand here.
Okay.
Okay, just a little bit less.
I just want to see the video, like how you do
Right,
it.
but we can watch it later, remember?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to be adding a mini pump, a frame pump, which I always add to all of my bikes. We add them to the bottle cage mount, and we're also going to be adding 2 bottle cages. And I always have, I also always have a saddle bag, which has got at least one spare tube, a multi-tool, as well as a patch kit, and then usually enough space for like a wallet or a phone, and then a speed and cadence magnet. So this circle magnet is going to be my cadence magnet. That's going to go onto the inside of the pedal spindle. It's going to just simply be a magnet. It will attach there, and then this longer narrow one will basically be a magnet, and it'll connect to one of the spokes, and then that will attach. Those will be the sensors for my speed and cadence sensor, which I don't have it right here. I have my speed and cadence sensor, which I share between like 4 bikes. It's the Wahoo Blue speed and cadence sensor. It's an Ant Plus and Bluetooth, and it's got an easy, quick release, like industrial rubberized band instead of being zip tied on like a lot of speed cadence sensors are. So that one I just take on and off each bike. It's a little bit annoying, but for $65 I've had it for like 2 years and it's doing a great job. So anyway, Abigail Quinn, would you like to come help do a little bit of stuff? You can do a little bit of photography. I'll get it set up and then I'll have you do some screwing, okay? All right, so grab the camera and just pretty much just either show me or show the bike, okay? You're doing a good job.
Here's the bike.
Here's the bike. Okay.
And there's Daddy.
So these Ibera bottle cages, I actually mentioned the one that I had previously. I mentioned this one. This was the side. It's called like a sidewinder or a side mount.
Let's take a little more look at that.
I'm going to save that one for a different bike because I have one that I need that feature. These I got, they're also Ibera bottle cages. They're aluminum, they're lightweight, and they're going to do the trick just fine. The key thing here is that they've got that middle gap where I can mount it over, put it over here. I can mount this over, I'll back up just a little bit. Just come over like here. There you go. And anyway, I can mount the bottle cage and go over that gap. Okay, good. I was worried those one might not, thought they were frozen, but they weren't.
What?
Well, these things that screw in, they have threads. The little things that screw in are called threads. And sometimes on a bike, if the threads weren't greased, then they can get stuck inside the frame.
Oh.
Especially because the frame is steel, and these are usually aluminum. Oh, these might be stainless.
They could get steel.
They could get frozen.
Yes, like frozen.
Okay, so F.
Oh, sorry.
These are the new ones, and these are the old ones. You can see the old ones are quite a bit longer. So I'm going to use that because it has to go through both the pump and the bottle cage. So now we need to mount. First, you put on the frame pump, and then you put on the bottle cage, or you can line them up separately. And then I just line up the holes, and then start the screws in, and then I just start to spin it in, and that's all there is to it, and just tighten it down. And I'm going to start the other one, and then I'm going to have Abigail do the rest of the screwing. Spin it around this way, okay? Okay? Just keep spinning. There you go. Keep going. You're doing great. Oh, you got a nice snot in your sleeve. That's good for the video. Okay. Keep going. You're doing real good. Okay, you want to try this one now? Put it right in there and do the same thing. Good. That's the right direction. So we're just going to keep spinning these down until they're nice and tight, and I'll crank it one more time, and then I'll have bottle cage there. Yep. You're doing real good. Keep doing it. You're doing real good. Now you got it. Okay, I'm just going to make sure these are lined up and they're fine, and then I'm just going to make sure they're nice and tight. And these are what, they 2mm bolts, but you don't want to crank these in crazily tight. Just enough so everything is nice and secure. I don't have my. Oh, can I do this? Oh, awesome. Cool. And turn it so that this thing is going around like that. Oh, it came out again. Do you want me to do it? It's a good try. It's a little awkward because there's not a lot of hand space in this area. Can you hold the camera then and just show what I'm doing? You folks can see why it's pretty key why I had this style of bottle cage, because I'll hold it just sort of straight like that. You can see where that clamp for the front derailleur is clearly right in the middle of a bottle cage, and a lot of them have a straight. Well, anyway, it's pretty key that I had that style of bottle cage, and I ordered these special. I ordered them. They were like, oops. They weren't expensive. They were like $6 each. Are you trying to be a director? Mm-hmm. Cut the scene? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. This scene was cut from the final show?
No.
It probably will be, because this scene isn't that exciting.
Okay, cut!
Okay, so I've got the speed and cadence sensors here. All I'm going to do is grab the round one. Speed and cadence magnets. These are just magnets. And then all it does, this is a magnet, and it will adhere to the metal of the pedal spindle, and that's going to sit there. It's one of these. It's like a rare earth magnet, so that'll sit there, and it won't come off. So that will be pretty cool. And then the cadence magnet is this other long bar one, and all that does is it seats onto. It just sticks onto the bladed spoke. And what I'm going to do is, they say you should glue that in place. I wouldn't glue it. What I'm just going to do is grab a piece of like electrical tape or something and just wrap it around. And I have this on one other bike just taped on, and it doesn't really move. So it's pretty good for that. So that's essentially the end of our operation. I want to say thank you to my lovely assistant. Say, you're welcome, guys.
You're welcome, guys.
And the last thing I want to do is I want to take a final mass. Since I was so involved in taking the masses of everything, I want to get a final mass for this bike. So it's the moment of truth. So the way I'm going to do it is I've got this bathroom scale. It's a digital bathroom scale. And the way I get the masses for most of my bikes is I have to stand on the scale without a bike and then step off of it and then hold the bike and then subtract the B weight minus the A weight to get the bike of the weight of the bike. Because this is not sensitive enough to record the lighter weight of the bike itself. So I'm gonna get a mass for me holding the bike, and then I'm gonna subtract the mass of just me. Abs, can you remember 183? Good job. So me and the bike weighed 183 pounds. Me without the bike, with clothes on and whatnot, weighed 157.2. That means that, yeah, 25.8 pounds. 25.8 pounds for the bike. So that's almost exactly what I had hoped it would be from the beginning. I hoped it would be about a 25 to 26 pound bike, and actually it ends up being that way, which is super, super nice. It's not lightweight, but it's steel, and it's got a lot of budget components. I mean, I've got a chunky rear derailleur. I've got a chunky cassette. I've got a relatively a relatively budget wheel set, and the seat post itself is 300 grams. That's probably the first thing I would upgrade, would be a lighter seat post. I can probably shave almost a quarter pound or almost a half pound, probably about a quarter pound with that. And then eventually, if I want more performance, I'll probably attack the fork and the headset and go with the modern threadless system. But for now, I want to ride this a bunch with this original setup, because that was the whole idea, was to enjoy the steel, the luxuries of a steel frame and fork, because I've never actually experienced that. So bike is now roadworthy. Just got to put on a saddlebag, and anytime I want, I could be out the door touring and or doing long days. So anyway, this wraps up. This completely wraps up the ATX 770 build, and I couldn't be more pleased. It's gonna be a bike that I think I'm gonna really, really enjoy riding. So thanks for watching all these videos, and stay tuned for more content in the future. Thanks a lot. Take care.